Why does alcohol cause us to crave things that are out of what we would normally feed ourselves?
Yeah, so it's a great question and a long answer because there's a couple of different things that can be happening behind the scenes. But I believe you've read my book, Whitney. My book is called How to Eat to Change How You Drink. And a lot of what brought me into this space is, my personal experience in getting sober, but also as a doctor of nutrition that is trained in looking at the root cause and the functional medicine kind of realm. And what we do in that space is we are really looking to identify the reason behind why we experience the things that we experience. And so when I started my own sobriety journey, I was really intrigued at not only, the effects of alcohol on our body in the short term or in the long term, but also why is it that some of us develop this, this increasing intake with alcohol, that we develop addiction or develop an alcohol use disorder? And why is it that some people can kind of take it or leave it and they never really get there? And so my journey kind of started out in the way of being a scientist and having this area of expertise. And then just like you said, recognizing that no one was really talking about this. There isn't a lot of discussion in this space around alcohol and nutrition. And what I find to be really interesting is that in nutrition training, I have a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate in nutrition. And while we didn't learn so much about alcohol and alcohol's effects on the body, what we do learn about alcohol is technically it is classified as a macronutrient, macronutrients being our proteins, carbs, and fats. And the reason why it's categorized as a macronutrient is because it provides calories. So if you think about carbs, proteins, and fats, carbs and proteins contribute 4 calories per gram, fats contribute 9 calories per gram, and alcohol contributes 7 calories per gram. So from a scientific standpoint, some people look at it from this perspective, right? And when we do that, and when we think about the fact that alcohol is just another substance that we consume, just like any other food and beverage that we might take in, when we think of it in this way and we categorize it as a nutrition topic, we can use the tools that we would use to support other health aspects, like food, like supplementation, like wellness and other types of means. And so one of the things to shift to answering your question about sugar cravings in particular, and this is something that most people experience when they're quitting alcohol, especially if they are going through a period of sobriety where they've completely removed alcohol. And a lot of people find that they almost have a little bit of this transfer addiction from alcohol to maybe sugar and sometimes carbohydrates. And part of the reason previously that it's been understood or part of the larger discussion has been around alcohol and the way that it impacts dopamine. And a lot of people think that, well, because alcohol creates the surge in dopamine, that sugar can also create the surge in dopamine. And that might be why I am continuing to crave it.